Okay, let's dive in. There's some pretty significant news impacting student loan borrowers.
Yeah, really big development. We're talking about the restart of collections on defaulted federal student loans.
Exactly. Mark your calendars, May 5th, 2025. That's the date things officially kick off again.
And this isn't a small group we're talking about, right? Millions could be affected.
Absolutely. So today we're going to unpack what this means. We've looked at news reports, government announcements, really trying to get the full picture.
Good idea. It's crucial to understand the timeline, who exactly this impacts, the potential consequences.
And maybe most importantly, what options borrowers actually have.
Right. So May 5th is the date collections can restart. We're talking loans that have been in default for over 360 days.
And what about things like wage garnishments? I saw that mentioned.
Yeah, those are expected a bit later, probably sometime in the summer. But importantly, borrowers should get a 30-day notice before that happens.
Okay, that 30-day heads up seems critical, gives people a window.
It really does. A chance to figure out next steps, maybe get into a plan before the garnishment actually starts. It's the end of that long pause.
Yeah.
The one from March 2020.
Right, that COVID era pause. So who exactly falls into this group? What are the numbers?
Well, estimates are around 5.3 million borrowers currently in default.
Wow, 5.3 million.
And potentially another 4 million who are considered severely delinquent. So substantial numbers.
And there was something else mentioned, the Treasury Offset Program. That sounds serious.
It is. That's also restarting. It means the government can potentially withhold federal payments.
Like tax refunds.
Exactly. Tax refunds, even things like Social Security benefits, potentially, to offset that defaulted loan debt.
Okay, so the impact could be quite broad then. What's the reasoning given for restarting this now?
The official statements from Education Secretary Linda McMahon emphasize fiscal responsibility.
Meaning?
Well, the perspective presented is that taxpayers shouldn't carry the burden of unpaid loans indefinitely. It's about balancing the books, essentially.
Got it. So laying out the consequences if someone doesn't act. We're talking wages potentially being garnished.
Right. Money taken directly from your paycheck.
And those federal payments, like tax refunds being intercepted, that could hit hard.
Definitely. For many people, those refunds are, part of their yearly budget. Losing that unexpectedly is tough. Plus the wage garnishment. It's a double whammy potential.
But there are ways to avoid this, right? There are options.
Yes, absolutely. And the Department of Education is actually planning outreach. They'll be contacting borrowers in default over the next couple of weeks.
What should people be looking into?
Two main things come to mind. First, income-driven repayment plans, or IDR.
How do those work?
Basically, your monthly payment is calculated based on your income and family size, not just the loan amount. It can make payments much more affordable.
Okay, that sounds like a crucial one. What else?
Loan rehabilitation. This is a program where you make a certain number of on-time, agreed-upon payments. I think it's typically 9 payments over 10 months.
And that does what?
It can actually take your loan out of default status. It removes the default from your credit report and stops those collection actions, like garnishment.
So paths exist to get back into good standing. That's important.
Very important. And the fact the department is doing proactive outreach is a positive sign. They want people to use these options.
Right. So if someone listening is in this situation or knows someone who is, where should they go?
The first stop should be the official federal student aid website, studentaid.gov. Tons of information there.
Okay, studentaid.gov. Any other resources?
Yes, the Default Resolution Group. They are specifically set up to help borrowers navigate default situations. You can find their contact info on that same website.
Perfect. So resources are definitely available.
They are. It's about taking that first step to understand the specific situation and the solutions available.
Okay, so let's quickly recap. Collections on defaulted federal student loans restart May 5th, 2025.
Yep, millions are affected. Consequences like wage garnishment and offset federal payments are real possibilities.
But options like income-driven repayment and loan rehabilitation can help people avoid that and get back on track.
Crucially, yes. Check studentaid.gov and the Default Resolution Group.
Definitely. It makes you wonder, though, stepping back a bit,
Yeah.
what does restarting these collections on such a massive scale signal about, the bigger picture of the economy or even how we approach financing higher education in the future?
That's a really interesting question to ponder. It touches on individual responsibility, government finances, the value of education. Lots to think about there.